Hello everyone. In the last session, we have started exploring the components inside the Bootstrap. We are going to continue in this particular session as well. In the last session, we have covered some of the components. In today's session, we are going to cover Carousel. Carousel is very powerful component provided inside the Bootstrap, right? When we want some slides, like if we have in the Darshan website, the image slideshow is there, some kind of slideshow. If you want to use inside your website, you can create using the carousel, right? So how it works, you just need to provide certain classes to some divisions, and carousel items you need to specify, right? Better way, we can copy from here certain code and we can write inside our code. So what they are doing is they have specified one class, ID over here, ID. Then they have specified two classes, one carousel and slide, and they have specified carousel inner class. Inside that, they have specified some of the items. They have specified three items. Here we need to change the source of the images. In our case, I have put our images inside the assets folder, images and slider. So what I'll write here is assets, images and slider slash slide underscore one dot jpg. Similarly, I need to write for all the images which I want in my slide. So I'll put 2 and 3 over here. And when we run this particular file, you can see we'll have a slide. But we do not have any controls over here. It will be changed automatically. We don't have any controls to control it next and previous. If you want so, you can use with controls code where you can change the controls. What you need to do is you just need to change the ID, and you need to specify the buttons or the links at the bottom. So I'm just going to put those links over here. And when we'll simply you can copy this whole code over here. Using here, you can copy this code also. And when I run this particular file, now we'll have a controls from where I can go back and forward. So this is how you can use the carousels inside the Bootstrap. You can have indicators as well. Like here we have indicators at which slide I am currently. So there will provide an indicator. You can use this particular code in order to do so. In some cases, you want some caption as well. For example, this particular slide I want to write certain caption. So I can use this particular code to do so. I can use captions as well for the each slide, right? So it is super easy to use. And when you want to use, you just need to write the code for the Bootstrap, include the Bootstrap of scripts and CSS, and then you can simply copy this particular code and the slider will be there, right? Next, which we are going to learn is collapse. There are certain features they are providing. If you want to do that without the Bootstrap, you need to write certain codes in a JavaScript. But Bootstrap provides such classes to do so. For example, I have one image over here. I'm just removing again this. I have image over here. Image assets slash images slash slider slash slide underscore one dot jpg. Right? I have an only image in my a page. When I refresh the page, there will be only an image over here. But I'll specify width and height to that style. Width to be 50%. So we can see the controls. For that, I am just providing 50% width, right? But I don't want that particular image to display straight away. I want some button, and when I click on that particular button, I want that image to be should be displayed, and when I click it again, it should be hide, right? If I want to do so, I can use collapse classes, right? What I just need to do is I need to contain this particular image inside one div. I just need to contain this particular image inside a div and need to specify a class named, and I need to specify ID to it. I need to specify ID, some ID, for example, my image. I can specify any ID to it. Let I need to specify one ID. So a class collapse and some ID to it, right? As soon as I write this particular thing and I refresh the page, you can see the image won't be displayed, right? What I have done is I just specified a class collapse and some ID to it. The image won't be displayed default, right? If you want that image to be displayed, you now need certain buttons on which you click and that particular image will be displayed, right? There are two techniques by which you can do. Either you can do it with the link ahref, or you can do it with the help of button, right? I'm copying this particular code and putting just before my division, right? So what I have done is you can see there is one link a. They have provided a class just to make sure that the link will be displayed similar to buttons as we have seen in the last video. Then they have specified one attribute data dash toggle, and that its value is collapse, right? Data dash toggle and its value is collapse, and specified an href to be some id has and some value. Now as our id is my img, I need to change this particular id to href equal to has my image, right? Similarly, if I want to use button, what I can do is same data dash toggle to be collapse, and what is the target of that particular data is my img, right? And when I refresh my page again, as you can see, initially there will be two buttons. Well, this is linked, but we have specified class to it, so it will look like a button, and this is our button. So when I click this particular button or a link, the image will be displayed. If I click it again, it will be gone, right? Similarly, with the help of button, I can use this particular thing just with the help of classes of the BootStrap. One is a collapse class, the division you want to collapse, and a link or a button where you specify data dash toggle to be collapse and data dash target to be collapse example or our ID, here href to be our ID. So it is super easy to do. You can after seeing this particular video, you can practice this. Here we can have multiple targets. For example, there are two divisions. Here is the first division. When I click this particular button, there will be displayed the first our division. Here will be the second division, and I click here, the both the elements will toggle. So if you want to do so, you can use this particular code, right? Accordions. For example, you want to put FAQs, frequently asked questions, inside your page. The accordion will be best for that, and you can write the question over here, and when the user will click on that particular question, they'll find an answer. Here again, question and answer, question and answer. So you can use accordions. You can use accordions inside your side menu also. Sidebar menu also you can use accordion. For example, you can put main, for example, students. When I click on the students, you will find all the links related to students, admin, staff. Such way you can use accordions, right? So this is the collapse. Now drop downs. So drop downs are generally we are using with the help of select tag, but inside the BootStrap you can use divisions as well if you want such kind of drop downs, right? It is super easy. Just you need to write a class drop down and then a button in which you will specify data dash toggle to be drop down. In the previous component collapse, we have seen here data toggle to be collapse. Here we are going to write data toggle to be drop down, and then we are specifying certain IDs to it. When we click on that particular button, the division will be displayed as a drop down. Similar concept, but not collapse. Here it is drop down, right? You can use colors as well with them. BTN dash danger, obviously you can use, right? Instead of the simple button, you are specifying with the colors, the default colors which we have seen. If you want split buttons, for example, I want when I click here, something should happen differently, and when I click here, drop down should be there. So I can use a split buttons with the help of this particular code. You can obviously specifying sizing to the your buttons, right? Then you can specify direction as well. For example, not drop down, you want drop up, right? If you want your button to be in the like footer where there is no space to drop down, then you need to drop up. The pop-up will be above the element, right? Similarly, drop right you can specify, drop left you can specify, and drop up was there obviously, right? You can use this particular drop downs inside your menus, like sub menu. If you want sub menu, you can use this particular elements. We are going to cover forms in our next session. Thank you.